hang on.
With some creativity and expert piloting, this thing can quickly become a Special Forces shuttle. What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is all about the Eta-class Shuttle. We'll get into all the interesting ways this ship was utilized during the Clone Wars, talk about the executive variant, and we'll do a full breakdown of its stats and behind-the-scenes facts. But before we jump into it, I want to show you guys Displate.com. They have tons of amazing Star Wars designs, from concept art, movie posters, epic characters, and really cool for viewers of this channel, a whole bunch of different Star Wars ship schematics. We have this Star Destroyer and TIE Interceptor on the wall at Meta Nerds HQ, and they got all kinds of stuff from other fandoms too. This whole thing is metal. It really gives it an extra cool factor and added durability, and the installation is surprisingly easy. You don't have to put any holes in your wall. No pins, nails, or hooks. Instead, when you buy your display, it comes in this really neat packaging with everything you need to get it on the wall. It's really super easy and just takes a couple minutes. You just use the supplied guide leaf paper, peel the sticker off the magnet, and press. Then you take your metal poster and attach it via the magic of magnetism. No messy holes, and it's really easy to swap it out for new displays. Every time you buy a display, you're supporting the creator that uploaded the artwork, since they get a percentage through the art marketplace. Here are just some of the amazing designs, so be sure to check them out by clicking on the link in the description. Clicking that link gives you a discount while helping to support the channel, and I'm sure you'll find some really cool displays. Be sure to check them out and upgrade your artwork. But back to the Senator's Shuttle turned Special Forces dropship, the Eta-class was manufactured by Cygnus Spaceworks, the same company that made the Nu, Theta, and Lambda, really locking down the shuttle market for a couple decades. And this was mostly due to their low cost and high performance. At 100,000 credits, it was about a third of the cost of the Lambda, but surprisingly, it was more expensive than the Nu class. What is also odd is that its top atmospheric speed is only 750 km per hour, or 466 miles per hour, making it slower than the bulkier Nu class that often carried cargo. So perhaps that's just stock, and many of these are modded by the Jedi Order, because in space, the Eta class is known for racing through CIS defenses, and even when we see it in atmosphere, it can still zip around with ease. Its Class 2 hyperdrive is average for these types of craft, slower than many fighters in the Venator, but quicker than your average consumer freighter. It is not shielded, a risky choice to make it one of your go-to shuttles for the Jedi Order. I guess no better force field than trusting in the Force itself. Its armament is 3 light laser cannons, which is great for just fending off fighters and interceptors while it tries to escape, as it really shouldn't be initiating any dogfights. Instead, the Republic and Jedi Order mainly use these as a standard transport, carrying up to 10 passengers at a time in this spacious cabin area, while also bringing along a complement of 2 Undercar-class jump speeders, very compact, foldable speeder bikes. All of that is why it also made an excellent Special Forces shuttle. It could quickly get across a planet, or weave through CIS fleets, actually set down on a separatist ship or space station, and lock into place via its magnetic landing gear. If in space, there was plenty of storage room in the Eta-class for the gear needed for a spacewalk. And while on-world, these 2 compact speeder bikes could be used by troopers or Jedi to scout ahead. We saw this method used to get behind the enemy lines during the Battle of Ringovinda and the rescue of Eth Koth. With the latter example, we can see that with the right pilot, you could come out of hyperspace just before the CIS fleet, and the craft was quick and nimble enough to be flown closely along whatever capital ship was your target, allowing you to evade detection by sensor arrays. And we see more of this ship's maneuverability when a C-70 was destroyed as a Jedi escape, nearly taking out the Eta-class with it. Another excellent feature is the folding wings and fine-tuned repulsor system. At a length of 14.2 meters or 47 feet, it was 2 Wookiees shorter than the Nu class, and about 9 meters shorter than the Y-wing. With its wings open, it had a height of 21 meters, or 69 feet, making it about 2 Wookiees taller than the Nu, and about a Jawa shorter than the AT-AT. And at 26 meters or 86 feet wide, it is more than 3 Wookiees wider than the ARC-170. If it showed up here on Earth, it would be taller than a 6-story building, longer than a school bus, and wider than 7 lanes of traffic. Keep in mind that like the V-19 Torrent starfighter, it isn't like those dimensions are all filled in. It isn't that big a target. And with the pilot's ability to maneuver these wings while in flight, it creates some annoying variation for the CIS targeting computers. But primarily, this wing folding feature was designed to take up less space in the hangar bay, allowing for hundreds of ships total, including starfighters, bombers, and many shuttles inside of a single Venator. With just that one level hangar, you would prefer your ships to take up more vertical space than horizontal, which is why so many ships like the Eta, Nu, and V-19 have this wing folding feature. While it also had incredibly fine-tuned series of repulsor lifts, giving it this ability to make these sharp but smooth turns and set down in these hectic warship hangars, and also on busy planet-side landing pads. As for its history, before the war broke out, these were known to transport senators and other Republic VIPs. But it was used so much by the Jedi during the Clone Wars that both Cad Bane and Darth Maul instantly know that Jedi have arrived when they see the distinct tri-wing shuttle set down.
Jedi, brother! You found us!
And speaking of Maul, just a quick nod to his incredible strength in the Force. We see that he can single-handedly force pull an Eta off a cliff. One of these shuttles would take Ahsoka to Mandalore during her mission to help stem corruption, and it later took her, Kenobi, and Anakin to a different plane of existence. Without them knowing, when they were brought to the mysterious Force world of Mortis, they popped out of the normal galaxy.
So we are at the rendezvous point, and there's no sign of you in our scanners.
They don't know who or how they landed the Eta-class in this double pyramid-shaped object, but the shuttle would become their home base here. We see that the maintenance area is located right under the floor panels in the passenger section, and allows for comfortable access to most major systems like the hyperdrive, engines, and computer systems. And another neat feature is that the co-pilot can completely take over the controls, with Obi-Wan swerving the shuttle away from a tower when Anakin was pursuing a target a little too closely for Kenobi's tastes. And later we would see that this was one of Palpatine's preferred methods of travel.
Prepare my ship.
Darth Sidious arrives on Mandalore on a variant of the Eta-class called the Republic Executive Shuttle. It is said to have many upgrades, the details of which are still classified, but we can make out some differences in the cockpit bulb, while the main body appears to be bulkier. This most likely points to powerful engines and larger Tibanacast reserves for these larger and likely stronger laser cannons, coming up from light laser cannons to medium or even heavy. The placement of the weapons on these wings, as well as the general shape of the wings, are also slightly different. And though more rare, we do see one of these Republic Executive Shuttles with the fleet over Ringo Vinda. And we learned that your standard Eta-class was great for search and rescue, as well as some stealthy operations behind enemy lines, with Anakin, Rex, and Fives using it to both search the wreckage of Tup's transport, before it covertly delivers them to the underside of the planetary ring, allowing for a spacewalk to the CIS-held hangar bay. So that's it for its history and breakdown, but you definitely want to hear these cool facts and behind-the-scenes stuff. The Eta-class was brought to life in the Clone Wars via inspiration from the original concept art for the Lambda-class, which was created by Joe Johnston for Return of the Jedi. Its first appearance was in the episode Grievous Intrigue, Season 2, Episode 9, and has been expanded upon in the Legend sourcebook Endless Vigil, and the Canon sourcebook Encyclopedia of Starfighters and Other Vehicles. If you want to connect with us on social media, find ways that you can help support this channel without it costing you a thing, or check out our Patreon. Be sure to check out the links in the description. Special shout out to our supporters over on Patreon. But most important of all, remember, don't judge a shuttle by its speed stats, and the Force will be with you, always.